everyone. Welcome to my live tonight. I am so excited that it's Wednesday night and we get to do a live together. So when you guys hop on, can you say hey and let me know where you're from and, you know, all of that good stuff. My glasses are crooked. But happy Wednesday. The sun is shining where I'm at and it's been kind of warm today, which is nice. I took a nice walk this morning and it was cool. I mean, I still needed to wear a jacket, but it also felt really, really good. We're going to start in just a couple minutes. We are going to be making this card here today. So we're going to do some Copic coloring and some dry embossing, a little bit of ink blending, super simple stuff. But we're going to make this card, which I think is really cute. And I'm going to be using one of my stamps through rubberstamps.com. This is the, oh gosh, there's a light on there. Hold on. Oh, I'm hitting cameras. I'm doing all kinds of things. There we go. It is called Summer Dahlias through rubberstamps.com. So we are going to be using that stamp set today. But let me know how you guys are doing, again, where you're from. I see I've got a couple people watching right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just want to make sure that all my stuff is working and my chat is working, but I think it is. Let me know what your weather is like where you guys are at. I know some places it's kind of crazy, like it's going to be in the low 60s here all week for the high, but then Sunday it's supposed to snow. So it's a little bit, this is kind of how March weather is here. It gets a little bit silly. Okay, I think we're just gonna flip the camera around and start because we gotta get rolling on this thing. So okay. So again, here's the card we're gonna make. Super simple, super easy to do. And we're gonna use these two images from my stamp set. I do not have coordinating dies. That company does not do the coordinating dies. And I'm also gonna say, excuse my nails, they've had it and I just have not had time to do them. So hopefully this weekend I can get to it. So I used my Brother Scan and Cut to cut out these two images, and I did about 3 leaves, but I used these leaves here. But this has 3 images on it. You have some sentiments. So I have the you are, and then beautiful, amazing, brave, and kind. We have 3 leaves, and then you have this nice thin stem here that you can use for these flowers. So I am just going to be using just the flowers, these dahlias, and some leaves here. So let's get started. I did already stamp and cut these ahead of time because I didn't want to have to deal with that on camera with the Brother Scan and Cut. So here are my, let me get this out of the way. Here are my images. I think I only need one of those. So we're gonna do some Copic coloring. And this is gonna be real easy Copic coloring, nothing complicated. I'm using pinks and like a kind of a, I mean it's an orange, but I feel like it's kind of a corally orange. I am using Copic markers, but any alcohol ink marker will work. Make sure I get the right thing here. So I am using R81, 83, and 85. So it's a really good pink color. I like this for my pink color. And I'm gonna start with the dark. So we're gonna color first and then we will get onto the other stuff here in just a little bit, especially because I know more people are gonna hop on. So I like to start most times with my darkest marker, and I'm going to start at the base of my petals here, and it's nothing specific, This is just how I tend to do it. So I want to add this nice dark shaded area. And then we will work from the darkest color to the lightest color of marker and kind of blend out. Sometimes I like it just at the base of the petal. Sometimes I like little pieces coming up. I just kind of like all different kinds of things when I'm coloring here. So let's do this one. And if you guys want to let me know in the comments, and even the people that are watching the replay, do you guys like to color with alcohol ink markers? Like, how do you feel about those? I like them a lot. I feel like I haven't used them a lot lately. I've been doing a lot of ink blending with, you know, yummy fun inks instead of like coloring like this. Excuse me. Or even painting with inks. So let me just do all of this here. Like I said, I am not being super neat because you're going to blend this anyways. I just want to get some dark. And I'm on like little end pieces like here. I'm not going to do dark because you wouldn't see dark there because I'm adding the dark at the base of the petals. So let's get this colored. Getting all this dark down here. I see I got a few more people on. Thank you so much for watching. We're just going to do a little bit of Copic coloring and then get to the rest of our card. Let me know where you guys are from and say hey. I love to chat with you guys on these lives. I know sometimes it feels like, oh, I maybe feel a little too embarrassed to chat or whatever, but I love it. Let's get this here. A little bit there. Like I was saying at the beginning of the live, the weather's been pretty nice here this week. We're in the 60s. Marcy, hello! Thank you on the 5K. I appreciate that. Marcy, this is the card that we're going to be making today. This is my stamp set with rubberstamps.com. This is summer, what did I say? Dahlias. It's pretty bad when you forget the name of your own stamp set. Let's see. Okay, a little bit here. Then we're going to move on to our, almost done, to move on to our next color. Marcy, I was saying the weather has been really nice here. It's been in the 60s this week, but it's going to snow on Sunday. How has the weather been where you are at? Let's come over here, add some here, a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay, let's go to, oops, that was supposed to say that's beautiful. I figured that's what you meant. Okay, so this was R85. Now I'm going to go down to R83. And then I'm just going to go up part way. I don't want to finish the whole thing with this color because this is just the medium color, and I have a lighter color that I will use to finish the petals. So I am just lightly going over that darker color so it'll blend good together. Just kind of following along that lines, but going, obviously going past it some, so that way you are coloring more of this image. My dog just made the worst snorty noise outside my door. I think he's stalking me. We've been near 70s the last few days and beautiful, but rain is coming. Yeah, obviously the rain is coming and we're getting the snow. But that sounds beautiful. Go here. Let's get these. My grandbaby is If he does not come early, they're going to induce my daughter-in-law on April 10th. So this petal here did not have the dark color, so I'm just still going to go up part way with that medium color, because again, I want to leave room for my darker color. Do the same thing there. So I'm excited about that, but she went into the doctor today and she is 1 centimeter dilated. Now her original due date is April 17th, but he keeps measuring about 2 weeks ahead, and she's like 50% effaced and 1 centimeter dilated. So who knows, maybe that baby will come sooner. I mean, I want him to bake as long as possible, but you know, sometimes they're kind of ready. I am excited about that. Okay, I think we're almost there. A little bit over here. Okay, now we're going to come in with the lightest color, which is R81. Oh, hi Sandra. I am so glad you're here. Glad to see your channel is growing. Me too, Sandra. Thank all of you guys for helping that happen. Okay, so now I'm just going to go over and just get this tip of each petal colored, kind of going over that medium color and blending out to the tip of my image. Yeah, my dog is stalking me at the door. I don't know if you heard his horrible noises, but he is there. And I'm going to ask everybody, what did you eat for dinner, or what are you going to eat for dinner? Marcy, what did you call it? Dinner chat or something? I think that's what you called it last time. We're going to have a dinner chat because I like to know what everyone's eating. We have some, last night I made some spaghetti, well, not spaghetti. I used some cheese-filled tortellini and then some meatballs with marinara. So we have that for leftovers tonight. So we'll eat that after this live is all done. Okay, so I have all of my images, but I'm going to come back in with this darker one just on these center ones here because it did blend out a little bit. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that dark color back in. I will be a little more specific on how I lay it down because this I won't blend out, but you could blend it out again if you wanted to. I just really like when you have some of this darker area pretty prominent. So I'm just going to do kind of a few of these, not all of them. But you can see how that darkened up in that center nicely. So I think that turned out good. Okay, let's move on to our other one. So I don't think that was too bad. And then we'll get to the real fun stuff. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Okay, so I'm using YR04, YR02, and YR00 for this dahlia here. And again, I'm just going to do the same thing, and I'm just kind of being haphazard about it. Nothing specific, just getting it at the base of each petal. I love dahlias. I think they're so beautiful. So let's get this color here. Get all the stuff laid down. And I do have everything that I'm using on this card listed and linked below for you guys in the description. I always do on my lives, on my regular videos. I have everything that I use down there. And thank you guys again for 5,000. Now I'm at like 5,100 and something subscribers. So that part went really fast too. Okay, let me see. Okay. I love like a corally orange color. I think it's super pretty. Okay, I think we're almost there. A few little ones over here that need some dark. Excuse me, I'm gonna grab a drink of water here. Let's go in with our medium color, which is the YR02. Again, just blending over that darker color. Not all the way to the tip though, because we want to leave space for that lighter color. Oh, I forgot that one. Let me just add a little bit here. There we go. Marcy, do you like to, Marcy and Sandra, do you guys like to Copic color? Or alcohol ink color, or whatever? I like to, a lot. If I'm feeling really tired though, or if I don't have like the mental whatever, I feel like it's a lot to do. So then I don't, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta figure out the colors. But other than that, I do like it. I can't believe Easter is at the, Marcy, you do, it's relaxing. Yeah, it can be for sure when it's not stressful. Okay, I think I've got all of these pieces. All right, let's bring in our lightest color, YR00. And then we're just gonna go to the tips and get this blended out. What I was saying is I can't believe Easter is already at the end of this month. I just don't feel like Easter should be in March. I feel like it only belongs in April. And logically, I know that as a kid, it was in March at some point, but I always felt like it was in April. Sandra, I love coloring and seeing others use Copics helps me with my technique. I agree. I agree very much. Although I'm not really showing any technique at this point. I'm just kind of being quick about it. But I do tend to use 3 colors unless it's like a super small image. But I just feel like for me personally, I get a better blend, and I've seen other people not have to use 3 colors and they're amazing. Okay. I think we are good on that one. So let's go back in with that darkest color one last time and just add some of that back that got blended out. I like to have some of that darker area put back in. Okay. All right, those guys are done. Let's color these leaves. These will be really quick. So many people speed up their videos, so I like seeing it live. Seems doable, and the flowers are so pretty. Yes, I do. I'm one of those people, Sandra, obviously, that speeds up my video because it does take longer, especially on, you know, more detailed images. But I did realize I probably should do this live at some point, so everyone can just see it, you know, not sped up. Okay, so I'm using YG67, 63, and 61. And I am just going to kind of follow along these guys with the dark. This is just how I like to color leaves, but I am not claiming to be an expert by any means. Let's do the same thing for these little ones. And I said at the beginning of the video, these this stamp set of mine is through rubberstamps.com. It does not have coordinating dies, so I used the Brother Scan and Cut to cut out the flowers and some of the leaves. What was interesting is, because I was cutting multiple leaves, some of the leaves it decided to cut a hole out of the center of them, and it didn't make any sense, and then the other ones it did not. So a couple of these leaves I just fussy cut, which we all know I love so much. Thank goodness we can play videos at a slower speed when we want to, so I understand needing to speed up and edit. Yeah, that is a good thing. Okay, let's go in with YG63. Oh, hold on, I forgot to color this guy. I'm going to blend this out. I really like this green combo. I think it's super pretty. Okay. Get all of this going. Let's get this big leaf here. So I have an announcement that is coming on April 3rd, and I'm pretty excited about it. I can't give any hints yet, but on my Instagram I have a couple hints that I'll give between now and April 3rd. YG61 to finish blending out the leaves. And I am just going to kind of color over all of the color so it kind of softens it. Okay, let's blend this one. One last one. Can't wait. I can't wait to share either, Marcy. I'm so excited. I will share it because I'll do a live on April 3rd because that's 2 weeks from now. So I will share it on that live actually. But on my Instagram I will have a couple little hints. And okay, we are done with the Copic coloring. So let me get these guys out of the way. I'm going to put them in my little box, or my little sort and stack tray. Let me also, oh my goodness, get my paper trimmer. And then we can trim down. So we're going to do this background. So I did an embossing folder, then we're going to die cut out this little frame here so we can inlay this, and this is going to have some dimension, and then a little bit of ink blending. So really kind of easy stuff. You know, I think some of it's just our basic things that we do, but there's kind of an order in which to do this so you don't have issues with your embossing folder. So when I made this card earlier, I am using Honeybee Stamps. Oh, what is this? Sweet Stacks rectangles. Excuse me. So you get tons of them, and it'll just make a regular frame, obviously. So I have 2 of them adhered together to create the width of this. So you could decide how wide you want it depending on how, you know, like from this size to a much smaller size would give you a wider frame. So I'm just going one size smaller because I wanted the frame to be as thin as possible. I am so sorry, you guys. I have allergies and it just drives me nuts. Okay, so I want to die cut first before I do the embossing folder, because if we do the embossing folder first and then die cut, it's going to flatten our 3D embossing folders. So I'm going to try to eyeball this. You gotta eyeball everything. We're going to tape this frame down in place. Let me make sure that we're straight here. And then we'll cut that out and then we can emboss. Ooh. I've got my platinum, I've got my magic mat in here. My platinum 6, this is the black platinum 6 from scrapbook.com. All right. Let's get this piece over here. Oh, you know, I need to die cut another one because I need another white piece. So I want to keep this taped together so that everything matches. So I need to keep my inside piece and my outside piece because this is what's going to be embossed, these two pieces here. So I'm going to put that aside. But I do need this piece, and I'm going to cut one more of those from white cardstock. So let's run this through again. Try to get through this part. I'm going to tell you about my chickens because they're getting bigger. They're kind of funny. So all I need from this one, I mean, obviously I'll keep this for scraps, but I need this frame again. So I'm gonna have two white ones. Let me pull this out here. Oh, don't do that. Tape. I need you to stay right where you are. I'm gonna put this aside, and then, oh, I think I did forget to put this down. This is from Cardstock Warehouse. This is their Gold Touch from their Miri Sparkle collection, I believe. So that is going to be the top piece to that little inlay frame. So I'm going to tape this down. I'm going to run this through really quick. And then we will have the top part of our frame. Maybe. Hold on. I'm going to go through one more time upside down. Sometimes I find that helps with like the glitter cardstock because it's got like that plastic coating underneath, I guess, to keep that glitter in place so it doesn't, because like glitter doesn't come off of this, which is, you know, I know a lot of people care about that. I'm not picky about that because I used to be a nail technician and I was covered in glitter every single day of my life. So I don't mind glitter, but I understand why people don't like it. Pull that off of there. So extra piece that we don't want is stuck. Oh, geez. Okay, so now we have our 3 layers to that little frame that we're gonna need here in a minute. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so this is, I think it's called the Luxe 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders. We're going to use, so this has 2 pieces. Let me show you this. We're going to use this top half. There's this half here with a coordinating die. Here's the coordinating die. So it will die cut out this piece, but we're not using this piece. We're going to use this piece here. But let me get my pieces taped together. Why this matters to me is because I want it, oh, wrong side. I want it to look cohesive inside, if that makes sense. So like the way the embossing is, I want it to look like it was originally a whole piece. So again, I'm just gonna eyeball this. I don't need it to be like perfect, but close to perfect. So my chickens are getting bigger. They're still in this big dog kennel that we have. They are about 5 weeks old. They're mostly feathered. Their heads were the last things to get feathered, and they look so scraggly. It's hilarious. But we had these two. We have, I call them yellow, but they're not yellow anymore. They are now white and brown. I'm gonna pull this back in here. And they are the friendliest out of all the chickens. And the littlest one of the yellow ones is the most friendly. She when you open up the cage to go in and visit, because we go in and visit, obviously feed and water or whatever, she's the first one to the cage. I had a little black one sitting on my hand, like just roosting on my hand, and she flew out of the cage to get onto my arm. Like, it was just the funniest thing. They're so cute and they just have great little personalities. Okay, so here we have this piece is done. Okay, let me see. Sounds cute. My brother has chickens on his tiny farm. Oh, they're so fun, you guys. Chickens are fun. So I'm going to keep these taped together so we can do some ink blending and keep that cohesive as well. I'm using two colors, Ocean and Surf from Simon Says Stamp, Positively Saturated Inks. So we are going to do that. But yeah, they're really funny. They want to be around you. We have this one, she's a Brahma, and I call her Brahma Mama. We're just starting to name them. That little friendly yellow one who's not yellow anymore, we named it, her Pickles, because my daughter always wanted to name a pet Pickle. So it'll make us think of her, and she was so sweet, and she is so sweet. And that chicken is so sweet. I think she would just love it. I'm going to start with Surf, and I did darker, lighter, and then left white. So that's what we're going to do here. But I'm going to start with the Surf and then come back in with the Ocean. But anyways, we have this. She's big, but she's really pretty. She's white. She's got some black feathers, and she's a Brahma, which they can end up being like ginormous chickens. She's not, thankfully. But I call her Brahma Mama but she's so sweet, but she does not want you touching her at all, but she's super docile and super sweet. Okay, I'm not going to press down really hard when I'm ink blending. I do want the background colored, but I do like that the raised area is going to catch the color, and that part's going to be a little bit darker. So I'm not going to go pressing down hard, just pressing down a little bit, and then I can just keep going back over it to get the desired look. I feel like if I press down too hard, I'm going to ruin it. And then as I go up here, I'm going to go super, super light. And then I'll come back in and just kind of start over. And ultimately, I'm not worried about it being too dark down there because this is the lightest color. But I'm going to work my way up kind of to right about here. Let me start on this side. And then we have some ones that are called Easter eggers, and they're going to lay multiple colors of eggs, and that will be fun. And I don't know, it's a nice relaxing activity, and they've got cute little personalities, and you know, some of them want to be around you, some of them don't. Okay, I'm going to bring in that dark color, and then I can decide if I want to add more of the light. So I'm going to bring in Ocean. Does anybody have any Easter plans? Like, are you guys doing anything? I haven't even thought about it. I have no idea what we're going to be doing. Maybe go see the grandbaby, the little granddaughter. So this is the darker. I'm not going to go all the way up with this, which I almost just did because I wasn't paying attention. I'm glad I did not. I'm going to go lighter to there. I'll go a little bit darker, adding a little bit more ink to my brush. And I love how 3D embossing folders catch stuff. Nothing fancy this year for Easter. Does anyone like to make anything special, like food-wise, for Easter? I usually make potato salad and deviled eggs. But I don't know. I have no idea what we'll do this Easter. Okay, I'm going to clean that off and bring in that light color one more time. I love that ombre. Thank you. I love it too. Watching grandkids aged 3 years old hunt for eggs. I'd be much better at this year making deviled eggs too. Oh, fun, Sandra. My granddaughter is almost 3. She'll be 3 in June. Okay, coming back with that light color. And I'm going to go a little darker where it meets there. And then just, I kind of go back and forth once I get to where I want it to ombre into the white. I feel like I like that. I feel like that's good. Okay, yeah. Sorry, that's blurry. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave that there. Sweet. Let me get my tape off here without ripping my paper. I love deviled eggs, they're so yummy. The other day, I don't know why this is a funny story to me. It may not be funny to you, but it's kind of funny to me. My husband's birthday was on Saturday. And so on Thursday, I was making him he wanted some lemon bars and a lemon blueberry cake, like with buttercream and that kind of thing. So Thursday I decided to make that. And after I made the lemon bars, I was really tired and I thought, I don't want to make a cake from scratch. I would rather, do it from a cake mix or whatever. Well, I didn't have like a yellow or white cake mix. So, this way, Joy. Kim made me. Oh, hi, Kim. I'm so glad you caught me live. I'll show you what we're making. We're making this card here. Yay, yay. So anyway, there's a little like Family Dollar, maybe about 3 minutes away from my house. And so I had, I had something. I think I had the lemon bars in the oven. And so me and my son were like, okay, we're just going to run up there really quick. I had 20 minutes on the timer. I'm going to run in and just buy a quick, cake mix for this cake. We get there, I step out of my car, and on the sign, it just says cash only. And I'm like, well, crap, I don't have cash on me. So my mother-in-law lives right by there. And I said to my son, let's go over to Grandma's house. I bet you she's got a cake mix because she's always like, come shop my storage thing or whatever. Okay, really quick. I have adhesive here. Here's my 3 frames. I'm going to glue them together so we've got some dimension on this. So we run over to her house and I said to my son, I said, if she's not home, you know how to get into her house, right? And this is okay because she's like totally fine with it. But she was home. And so we come inside and I said, do you have a cake mix? And she's like, I think I just gave my last cake mix away. Now, a couple days prior to this, she literally gave my youngest son 2 full, huge bags of like food and brought it to our house. Like, she's so funny. Like a frozen turkey breast and canned food and pasta and just all kinds of funny things. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Oh, Gina, hello. It's okay if you're late. I'm glad you made it. Here's the card we're making right here. So she doesn't have a cake thing. And I was telling her, I was like, I'm only coming over to get the cake because I went to the store, blah, blah, blah. You needed cash. I had no cash. She's like, well, let me give you some money. I was like, no, it's fine. I'll just go home and make it from scratch. It's no big deal. Oh, and let me back up. And when we went there the first time and I got out of the car, these people were trying to be like, hey, do you need a phone? Like, you don't have to have any credit. You can get it for free. And I'm like, that seems suspicious. So anyways, we go over and I still have this 20-minute timer that we have to get back because I'm cooking food. So I'm trying to refuse this $20 from my mother-in-law. I'm trying to leave, but she goes and gets her purse because she's very, very sweet and gives me $20. And I said, I'll bring back the change. She's like, no, it's totally fine. So we go over there, go inside, get the cake mix, get a bunch of candy for my husband because he's got quite the sweet tooth, and got home, I think like 2 minutes after the timer went off. It was the most wild adventure that I'm just like, all I want to do is get a cake mix, and I don't understand why this is so impossible. But everything was a success thanks to my cute mother-in-law. But I was like, what is happening? I'm like, I could have just made the cake from scratch. But then I guess I wouldn't have a good story, huh? Okay, let me put this on top here. Actually, I wanted to do this a different way and I forgot because I was too busy talking. Vicky, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, it did all end well and the cake was yummy. I mean, it tasted like a box cake, which is fine. I mean, I'm not judgy on it, but I've been making more things from scratch lately, and so it would have been yummier, but it was really funny. Okay. Just going to add some glue. I did add adhesive everywhere, but I want to make sure that also having a little bit of liquid glue will help it hold it in place. So let's pop this in here. And if you didn't want the frame to be popped up, you know, with some, if you didn't want this part to have dimension, you could just have the one layer frame inside and then you could just pop this up. But it goes this way because you have to pay attention. Kim, I can't bake anything from scratch. That's okay, you don't have to. That's why they make cake mixes. There is no shame in that game at all. I mean, I've always kind of baked cakes from cake mixes, and I just would zhuzh them up with whatever, you know. But I've really been into the from scratch stuff lately. So, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm getting stuck. Sorry, tape was stuck to me. So I have adhesive and liquid glue. I'm gonna put this guy inside here. Hopefully, I don't have this little white area here, and I don't like that. And then I'm gonna push this down in here. What I wanted to do, and because I was too busy talking, I wasn't paying attention, was do the first rectangle and then this, and then add the other two on top so you don't have the issue of getting it in here. But I guess it's no big deal. Okie doke. Cute, cute. Let me turn it this way. Can you guys see? It's kind of blurry, but there's this great dimension. Me too, always started with box cake mix, even made my cookies from box cake mix. Kim, cookies, if you guys have never made cookies from a box cake mix, you are missing out. I got this cookbook like a bajillion years ago, and I got it for the cookies on the cover of the book. And they're made from 2 chocolate cake mixes, some oil, and something else, I can't remember right now. And you can make them as a sandwich cookie, and I always add something to it. I've made it not chocolate. I've made it with like a coconut cookie with mango or mango filling or something like that. And it was delicious. They are so soft and chewy, and ooh, they're so good. Okay, so here we have our flowers. We're gonna kind of lay them like this, but you know me, I gotta have some foam adhesive. So let's do this. So for the people that hopped on a little bit later, on April 3rd, which is my next live in 2 weeks, I have a big announcement. And I'm quite excited about it. So I'm using this 3mm foam adhesive from scrapbook.com for my flowers. Something that they have that's really cool is, I mean, I use these foam adhesive strips all the time from them. And this is 3 millimeters. That was weird. They have 2 millimeters and 1 millimeters, and I'm going to use the 3 and the 1. So you have different dimension at different levels. And I just think that's genius. So we are going to do that. So we've got those flowers. I'm going to do one little flower with the 3mm adhesive. And then I am going to do these other 2 with 1. Okay, love the colors on your card. So pretty. Ombre effect is gorgeous. Thank you, Kim. Those foam strips are excellent. Yes, they are so fantastic for shakers. Yep. So this is the 1mm. It's super thin. And I'm going to do that for this little leaf. I almost said feather. That's not true. Chickens are on my mind, that's why. And for this big leaf. All right, let's get this together, and then we will do the sentiment. These, oh my gosh, hold on, my brain. These flowers are from my stamp set through rubberstamps.com. This is the Summer Dahlias. Okay, how do I have it? So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna put this guy over here. 5K, you rock. Can't wait to hear your announcement on April 3rd. Thank you so much, Gina. Oh, something I can share right now. Someone had asked me a little while back, how is this going? If I was going to do Shark Week. And I said I wasn't sure if I was going to do that, just, you know, with my daughter, with the situation with my daughter, and my brain is kind of full, but I decided I am going to do a Shark Week. It will be a small one. Just because mentally I don't think I can handle doing a large one like I've done. You know, hopefully next year I will be able to do that, but I am going to do a Shark Week, so I am excited about that. Okay, so this one had that 1mm foam tape, and this one's a 3, so I can go ahead and go over top of it just a little bit, and then it just gives you, I mean, I love dimension, so I think for people that really love dimension on their cards, like this is like as awesome as white bread, you know? Okay, I'm gonna put this guy up here. Go in where I want you to go. Sweet. All right, let's add a little something something. These are, oh, what are they called? My brain just stopped working. Glitter brush marker pens from scrapbook.com, and I think these are newer. I think it's called Pretty Pink and Tan, and I'm going to add just a little bit to the flowers because I like to have a little extra, oh, don't do that, Joy, a little extra something, a little sparkle. So give it a little squeeze to get some of that color down there. Kim, the flowers are so pretty. What did you use to color them? I used Copic markers to color those, Kim. I'm excited about Shark Week, even if you do one, no pressure, girl. Thank you very much, Gina. Yeah, I was just, you know, talking to my husband about it, saying I'd really like to do another one. I'm like, how can we do it? You know, it's still fun, but easy on me this year. I will say I am in the process of making a stamp set for it, and I'm excited about that. Oh, this is so pretty. I will kind of show you in the light here when I'm done. So obviously the pink on pink. I'm not going to do it on every petal, but some of these bigger ones, you know. I'm kind of putting it where the darkest Copic marker was. Okay. Can you see that sparkle right there in the center? Ooh, it's yummy. So happy to see you back, Crafting Joy. Thank you, Kim. It's good for me to do it. The thought of just sitting here doing nothing would be awful. So there's that one. So I'm thankful, and I'm thankful I can craft with you guys. It makes me super happy. Why are you silly? There we go. Here's the tan one, but it goes really well with this orange card. Okay. So the same thing, I'm just going to add it to some of that darker area to give us some little extra something. I fought every desire to do splatter on this card because I feel like I've been doing a lot of splatter lately. I don't want everyone to get sick and tired of me doing splatter, so I did not, but I wanted to. Had I done splatter, I would have used Honeybee Stamps Bee Shimmery Watercolor to splatter all over the back because it would have been stunning. Okay, there is that one. Crafting is so therapeutic, I tell my hubby all the time. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see. There we go. I love that glitter. Splattering is fun. Okay, pretty, pretty. Let me grab my Misty really quick. We're going to do the sentiment. So the sentiment in my stamp set, I'll show you here. So you have the you are, and then you can do beautiful, amazing, brave, and kind. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm going to do amazing. You are amazing. Let me get some paper in here. And I'm just going to stamp that with some black ink. I already have my sentiments in here. I should probably turn my paper around though, because this is a little, let's see. There we go. Shimmery goodness, yes. I re-inked my Honeybee Stamps pad the other day, although I feel like I need to do it again. I was a little worried I was gonna like over re-ink it and have this blobby mess, but I think I need to add a little bit more. Let me just put this back in here so I don't lose these. Okay, I don't think I got an answer. What are you girls eating for dinner? I'm having meatballs and some marinara on some tortellini. When I'm done with this live, that's what I will be eating. Oh, come on. All right, I'm going to trim out the one and then I will use scissors for the other one. When I'm doing sentiments like this, if I'm just going to trim around it, normally I have it over to the side, but I didn't want to waste the time with that today. I like to line it up at the bottom and towards the side over here, so I only have to trim like the top and the side, but this will be a little bit different. Okay. Salad. Marcy, I feel like you always have salads. Is it just a Wednesday thing or is it like a every night thing that you have salads? Yeah, the tortellini was like a leftover bag for my daughter-in-law's baby shower. They asked if I could make a pasta salad, and so I did it with tortellini and, oh my gosh, what is it called? The little tiny pasta, my brain is not working, that looks almost like rice. And then I threw like tomatoes and fresh mozzarella and Italian seasoning, roasted red peppers, a little bit of salami, some red onion, and it was so good. So anyways, I had a bag left over because I made a crazy amount. I had no idea how many people were gonna be at the baby shower. Orzo, yes, Marcy, orzo. And it was so good. It was so good. My fussy cutting is horrible, you guys. Don't do what I do. Okay, let's bring in more of this foam adhesive here. Yeah, it was so good. Ooh, Vicky, Tex-Mex lasagna. What? Okay, Vicky, can you tell me what's in that? That sounds really, really interesting. We have salad every other night. That's awesome, Marcy. This is the 3mm foam adhesive. I am so curious about this Tex-Mex lasagna. Okay, let's put this up here. Let's get this one underneath. We're almost done with this card, you guys. Definitely placed my flowers a little bit differently from my first card, but that is okie doke. You are amazing. I don't care for ricotta cheese, so this lasagna sounds yummy. Serious, Marcy, I love ricotta cheese. I will eat it with honey and apricots and pistachios on it because it's so yummy to me. Okay, Studio Katia's gold foil confetti. Surprise, surprise. I'm sure I shocked everybody using this because I love it. I got this new tool from, it's very dirty already, scrapbook.com. This is their Pick Pro tool. So it has your little, I have, did you see that? I literally had a sequin stuck to my fingernail. It has your little end to pick up your sequence, like your sticky end, and then your little poiky tool. I am in love with it. Marisha, hello, my friend. Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad you stopped by. We're kind of at the end here, but that's okie doke. I'm glad you stopped by anyways. Okay, so I'm going to have a big guy here, little guy here. Let's see. Okay. I'm reading things and not paying attention to what I should be doing. Let's put a little guy here and then a little guy over here. All right. Get our glue down. We're almost done. This hour always goes so fast. Always, always. But I think you guys will like the Shark Week stamp set that is coming up. It'll be super cute. Okay, do we have what's in this? Cream. Okay, Vicky, it's flour tortillas instead of noodles. Okay. Taco seasoning in your beef and salsa for your sauce. Add a layer of your favorite veggies, top with cheese, and serve with sour tea. Yeah, cream. That's really funny. That sounds really good, actually. That sounds really, really, really good. Oh my gosh, I'm throwing things. Let's see. Totally stealing the recipe for Tex-Mex lasagna. Yeah, you can come to my channel for crafting and food, and then maybe you learn something about chickens. It's always a little nutty here. That sounds really good. Could you, Vicky, could you use corn tortillas? Because I'm kind of a corn tortilla girl. Could you use that if like you cooked them a little bit, like fried them up a little bit before? Like would it work with that or no? Okay. Look, we did it. Yay, they're super cute. I'm going to flip around because I want to know about this. If you can, hi. If you can make it with corn tortillas. Must be the week for pasta. I made spazania, layered spaghetti noodles with meat sauce and cheese in a casserole dish. I have seen that. And obviously it's good because I've seen a lot of people make that. Oh, thanks, Marisha. Yeah, check the replay because it's super cute. It's with one of my stamp sets from rubberstamps.com. Yeah, it is must be the week for pasta. I normally make like my meatballs and stuff from scratch, but you know, everything that's going on in our life, I have decided that it's totally fine because I'm really hard on myself. Like I don't judge other people for making packaged food because ultimately who cares? I care for me, but I've just been getting like the bags of the meatballs and like Swedish meatballs. It makes my dinner so much quicker and easier. So yesterday I just threw in my easy marinara stuff and then made that tortellini and it was quick and now we have leftovers. So I am so glad. It was really good. I love taco salad. Oh, taco salad is good. Love the card. Gonna hop on Instagram and follow so I get the hints. Yes. Yes, for all the people that are hopping on now, I do have a big announcement April 3rd, and I will give a couple hints through the next 2 weeks, but I will be doing my live on April 3rd, and I will reveal it, and I'm very excited about it. Okay, Vicky, yes, I've used corn tortillas as well, but the flour is softer. Okay, that makes sense. More like the noodle texture. Okay, that totally makes sense. But I think I'm gonna have to make that, you guys. We all need to make these recipes. Like everyone needs to share recipes on my lives, and then we need to make them. And then the next live 2 weeks later, because it's every 2 weeks, we need to talk about it. Like this needs to be our thing here. I think it would be great. Okay, well, we are all done. I'm gonna show the card again. I think it turned out really cute. I feel like there we go. It's mirrored and it's weird, so I feel like I'm doing weird things. So yeah, here is this card. I think it turned out pretty. Copic Coloring, some 3D embossing folders, some ink blending, you know, simple stuff. This little guy here is raised, which is nice. So I think it turned out really, really cute. Okay, guys, thank you guys again for watching. Thank you for helping me reach 5,000 subscribers. Like, it's a huge deal. I'm super excited about it. I really, really appreciate all of you guys. You guys are just super awesome. Thanks for joining me tonight. So in 2 weeks on April 3rd is my next live, because again, I do it every 2 weeks at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we'll make another card and I'll have my announcement. And yeah, so thank you, friend. Beautiful colors, lots of texture and shimmer. Yes. Thank all of you guys so much. Again, I appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful night eating yummy food and yummy salads, Marcy. Have a really awesome weekend, and I will see you guys in a couple weeks. But I also, you know, will have some stuff on my channel, you know, between now and then. And yeah, so thank you guys again. Love all of you. Big hugs, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.